Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This one is going to be just a quick overview of sort of the things I've been doing after getting 99 Slayer. It's been mainly around pushing towards that 500 completed tasks so that I can go off to the Wildy as I said and go after the Void Waker as well as the Wildy weapons, a bunch of the Revenant stuff because that's just going to be raw GP, which although we don't need necessarily, it would be nice to just have a bunch in case I want to buy some bonds to potentially do some other accounts or just something else. But yeah, it's going to be what I'm pushing towards. But that means obviously just finishing out. I think it's like 10 tasks left. But that means that I have to obviously get through what I've been given, and I was given an Araxite task from Curadale, whichever one. But it meant I had a pure Araxite task, and I know the boots are a huge upgrade in terms of being able to do any spider-based content, so potentially doing things like Venom Artists, or pushing in to be able to do things like TOB, as well as obviously just at Araxor itself, being able to skip some of those specials is really, really helpful. On top of that, they're a great option for raids because they're only, I think, 1 or 2 strength bonus less than the Prims. I think it may only be 1, but you also then get the added bonus of them being tribrid, so they are going to help with the mage and rage, which a lot of the time when you're doing things like TOA, you're using a lot of that combat style as opposed to just melee, which obviously you use a lot more at Cox. So it's going to be really, really helpful overall in terms of like that raid progression, because I do like to pop off and do a few raids every now and again with the boys when they're about. So yeah, it's just going to be something that I was pushing towards getting these done. They're a nice quick task. Great that you can cannon them at such a high Slayer level as well. But yeah, the main thing obviously I was picking up in between getting any other serious drops would be like just the runes, just because it makes the stacks go up, as well as the venom sacks, just to be able to make the extendeds.
Collection logs
But I got
locked.
pretty spooned,
Complete.
483 KC, picked up the Urania boots, nice 4 mil item, which I would highly recommend over the Prims in terms of like Romaine or something like that to be able to actually afford them. A nice 4 mil pickup. That means I need to finish out the rest of the task at the boss, which as you can see, nice 200 KC to go. So yeah, it's going to be a nice learning curve there, because although the boss isn't particularly difficult to learn, it's just a case of at the moment I'm not lasting long enough. I'm not quite killing off the little Araxite spawns. I need to sort of like learn how to use it with the ballista and things like that, just to make these things a little bit easier on myself, so I take a little bit more less damage and can be able to sort of stay for extended trips. Because at the moment I'm kind of only getting 2-3 kills maximum a trip. It's not efficient. Luckily, obviously, I just come in through the Draken's Medallion, so it's not costing me teleports or anything like that. So, I'm not losing out too much in terms of like money. Not that it matters, but it's a nice, easy thing to be able to do. It just takes a little bit of time to run back, which is a little bit annoying. But I did get pretty spooned here at 35 KC,
Collection logs
pulling in the
locked.
first piece of the
Completed.
halberd. So yeah, I mean, I want to push, and hopefully, we can pick up some more of the uniques like the Rancor as well as the rest of the halberd, because the halberd's going to be great for potentially going to TOB, and as well as just potentially trying out maybe some melee Zora or something like that, because I know it's going to be absolutely cracked there because of the special when you're poisoned and things like that. So yeah, but as I mentioned, popping off to do a few little raids with the boys. Over here with Porks and Charles, picking up the 350 Deathless kit. Something I've tried a couple of times, but it's never really been something I've been focusing on. And if people die in masses and things like that as well, it's it ruins it. But it's not the biggest thing that I've been going for. Mainly been obviously just shooting for those purples. But here we managed to pick it up. Not
Collection
that
logs
far
locked.
into my
Completed.
expert raids, but yeah, picking it up is a nice little thing. It makes the kit look cooler. So why not pick it up? Nice elite clue there as well to be able to just stack up on those, because I do want to try and do a big stack of a lot of clues to sort of go for the green logs and stuff in the lower tier clues anyway. But this makes me feel like a little bit less of a noob when I'm running around in full crystal. At least I have the Missouri kit, which does look a little bit better. It looks a little bit cleaner than the Vorkath head, I think. But yeah, going forward, it'll be something that, I can maybe be able to push these 350s a lot more commonly rather than just sort of pushing in for 300s. Now, this is obviously going to be incredibly poorly done because I'm no expert, I'm no video editing expert. I make this in Paint, as I'm sure you can probably tell. But we went for the back-to-back, me and Tom, good old Porks, and he died. He was supposed to be the hard carry, especially in this room. We got here and I had like 3 doses of Restore left. Had no supplies at all, so I could sort of brew down, but I didn't really want to brew down because that would affect damage and things like that. So yeah, ran out of prayer, and we were only after, I think it was the first phase of Barber, so I still had to do another rock phase, run up, do as much DPS as I could. But yeah, I was literally just kiting the boss around a rock because I had no other way of being able to damage him. It took several minutes to do, but we got the kill, got the KC. Unfortunately, no purple. But for now, that's going to be it from this episode. Until next time.